Good evening, guys, and welcome to round 3 of the SRA Touring Car Championship. This time around, Aldo Scribante with me in the studio. It's been a long week. Ryan, on a Friday night, this should be fun. We know this race was quite hard. You haven't seen this at all, so you're going blind into it, but I can tell you a lot of chaos on this little track. Big cars, big hearts, and it should be a good one to watch.
Yeah, good evening, Melvin, and everyone watching. Yeah, quite an interesting lineup as well. We expected the front-wheel drive cars to shine a bit here, where we still see the likes of Donnie van Rooyen and Jeff LaRue still out qualifying the front-wheel drive cars.
Well, we can hear the cars revving up, and we're going to go with Dylan Visagi in this quickest Subaru, and he's right next to me. He's got my guy in the quickest front-wheel drive, and my guy actually pipping the 3 Subarus of Melvin, Michael, and Peter Geldenhuis to the pip. And look at Dylan. Dylan already going to the outside. These guys are pushing it from the word go. Donnie wants to get away. No, Jeff is quite quick, and Dylan does not want to. Oh, and we see in the background there 2 Subarus flying off. So already the chaos starting, but Dylan Visagi right there on the rear bump of Jeff LaRue, and my guy not holding back at all.
No, that's for sure. And I mean, there's a lot of pressure already very early on with cold tires. They're not quite up to working temperature yet, but not holding back by any means.
Yeah, we know these cars takes about 3 laps to get to working temperature, and especially the rear-wheel drive cars, they're going to have their hands full, and Mark is going to try and benefit from it, but we know the focus on the front wheels, they do not last, so I think he's just going to hang in there for points and see if these guys make mistakes.
No, that's for sure. This circuit is very demanding on the left front tire, and preservation will be key here just to see if he can keep his pace through the course of the race.
Well, further back, having clean start there, sponsor of the series, in 5th place, Yanni Kutsia, and look at this, right on his rear bumper. He missed last weekend, and but he's back with vengeance. That's Mark Haidin chasing down Yanni Kutsia, and then not too far back we have Lyle Ramsey. And I do believe Lyle has raced on this track a couple of times in real life.
Yeah, he's quite familiar with it, and yeah, definitely no slouch about around this circuit.
Another newcomer to the series, Taylor Randall there, doing a superb job, getting used to these guys, getting used to SRA, and he's got the pace. He's the only guy in the Corolla, and we see 2 more cars. That's actually Jamie Ray Nichols and JP Raleigh Hamilton going off there.
Yeah, on the comment on the Corolla, he's actually doing very well. We know that the car seems to be less preferred, being ever so slightly slower than the rest, but Taylor's doing an absolutely astounding job at getting that car around it as quickly as he is.
And fantastic to see Charles Randall joining the chat. I haven't heard from this guy in ages. He used to be our commentator, and Charles, welcome to the chat, man. Great to see you.
Like they have Melvin making his way through, and Donnie.
Well, Donnie as always headway. Running away. He knows Jeff is quick. It's going to be interesting to see how the tires wear down, especially on the BMW.
No, that's for sure. And
they do tend
just
to
looking
eat
at
the rear
previous...
tires.
Yeah, and looking at that previous corner, I'd be very worried about dropping a wheel on the grass here.
Yeah, especially on this little track. It is super sketchy, super tight, super close, super narrow. And Donnie van Rooyen knows he's got his hands full with Jeff, and Dylan Visagi not holding back.
No, that's for sure. These guys are going to be pushing 110% all the way. Not an inch to lose. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the guys are doing under a minute a lap time.
Yeah, they're about on the 59s at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, you lose a position, or make a mistake, you're going to lose a couple of positions very quickly.
And my guy not falling back there. The awesome red guy on a roll is the quickest front-wheel drive out there. And Ryan, again, as you said earlier, we would have thought the front-wheel drives would have been quicker here, but for some reason the rear-wheel drives, again, extremely fast. They do tend to get better track grip out of the corners, but they do also bite. So it's the brave harder driving these cars, and as we saw in the beginning of the race, 3 of the top drivers going out immediately into turn 1.
Yeah, definitely. And I think one of the biggest things is the fact that, the front wheel drives and this car, this track going clockwise, it is very, very demanding on the left front, as I mentioned earlier. So there could be a measure of just keeping the pace down, just to preserve the tires.
And Amar did trying to hunt down Yannick could see in the Ford, Amar in the horn. Ooh, and Amar overshoots the corner. So commentators
Completely overcooks it over on the brakes.
Can he miss the tires? It looks like he just done that. But we're going to go with Lyle Ramsey. Lyle Ramsey now, that's a bit of a dangerous rejoin. He leaves space there.
On that one.
Jamie Ray Nichols also gone off. And we've got Tyler Randall there. And this should be a good one because Taylor is new. I said Tyler now, but it's actually Taylor. Taylor new to SRA, but absolutely moving and a good driver to race with. And he's not doing a bad job at all. He's catching right up to Jamie Ray Nichols there. And Amar is going to come under pressure now from both Jamie and Taylor.
Oh, that's for sure. And I mean, I think Taylor lost some time somewhere. He was quite close to Lyle Ramsey and lost that gap. So, I think he may have made a mistake somewhere, but he's definitely not going to let it disturb him, and he's just going to get the hammer down.
Put his head down, and the car looking absolutely amazing in the background there. We see another guy going off, big off there, a lot of dust. But a lovely looking car here, and look at Jamie Ray. Jamie Ray is really putting the pressure on Amaria.
No, that's for sure, and I think overall as well, the Focus handling just slightly better than Honda, given the feedback, and let's see if he can make it work for him.
Well, the power curve on that Honda is absolutely amazing. It is so good, and if we go just to get a bit of an insight of what happened, we've got Michael Rust here. He was within the top 6, unfortunately turn 1 incident, trying to make his way back. Another one of the top drivers, Peter Geldenhuys, he got caught up in some traffic and in the incident, also trying to make his way back. You can see he just passed Chantal Gelden, the Jager there. That is the fiancée of Michael Rust, and Michael catching up to his fiancée now. Now we know she does not give him any room, he has to work for it. And
we've got a huge pack of cars right
I'm
ahead
trying to
of
figure out,
Peter
I'm
Geldenhuys
watching
there.
it, and I can see there, I do believe that's the car of Renando Berger. No, we're going to go back. It might be Leon Berger. It's, as I said, we're getting used to the skins here. Hannes Basson there, all on his own. And that is, that we've got Ismail Ali, Leon Berger, JP Hamilton. And guys, no, it is not Lewis Hamilton. This one is not wearing a dress, to be honest. Oh, and contact there between JP and Leon. So,
That was a bit optimistic though.
To the action, and Chantal the Jager getting caught out there. And
that was
unfortunately we had to drop back there. JP calling it quits. And I think between Peter Geldenhuys and Uncle Mike Ramsey here, we've got to figure out who is the oldest. I'm not sure, to be honest, but Mike Ramsey, an avid car enthusiast, great car tuner. He's found himself into sim racing now with his son Lyle. And since he's joined SRA, he's just gone from strength to strength and doing a superb job. And we see Melvin Gous there catching up to him. And in the background, another quick driver got, well, I'm not sure if he got taken or if he outbraked himself in turn 1, but we saw the pink Focus going off. And that is none other than Wayne Mitten. And he's also forced to be reckoned with.
Yeah, no, I'm sure Wayne is also quite familiar with the circuit as well, as it's not that far away from him, being from the Cape. But yeah, Mike, as you say, definitely growing stronger and stronger every race and getting a lot more confident. Sim racing is a difficult thing to get used to, and Uncle Mike is definitely finding his feet.
Well, talking about Mike, here's his son Lyle, and Lyle is pulling away from Jamie Ray. So Lyle has got the pace. He's currently in 5th place and doing a fantastic job in that bright yellow Honda.
And not that far away from Yannick Kutsia either.
Not at all. So if Yannick makes one mistake, he's going to be right up there. And we do know the Focus does have an issue with tyre wear. So this might be where the Honda comes into play.
Oh, that's for sure. We've still got a lot more laps to go.
Ismail Ali there in the Tony Viana livery BMW. Tribute to one of the best drivers in South Africa, big BMW man. And Ismail also quite new to SLA, but getting to grips with it. And always there, always pushing it, and not doing bad at all.
I must say, not the easiest car to get used to, the BMW. It is quite a tricky car to get around.
And look at this. Our only lady driver, Chantal de Jager, is now catching up to Leon Berger. We're going to stick with this one and see what happens if I can only find a name up here.
Right, left bottom.
There we go. Thank you for that. And Chantal, as I said, she started out really struggling, and look at this. She is absolutely flying. She's got this Hyundai dialed in. She's actually started to do her own setups now with a bit of coaching from the guys, and getting the car to her own liking, and it's working for her.
And also the only driver driving the Hyundai.
She is actually the only Hyundai. The only other two Hyundais is that of Kian and Adrian Ghost, but both of them involved with studies, unable to attend. And putting the sole lady in a sole Hyundai all on her own on the track with no help at all. And she's doing a superb job there. As we see, she passes Hannes Basson as well.
Yeah, I mean, Jan Berger making a small mistake, but I'm sure Chantal would have had a move quite easily, and she just made the best of the opportunity.
Nico Gallagher all on his own there. We're going to go Jeff Leroux. Well, Jeff and Donnie now
very
in traffic, so Jeff pushing as hard as he possibly can. Will he be able to catch up to Donnie? He gets caught up there by, that is the car of Leon Berger being lapped. And a bit of contact there. That's a naughty one. But Jeff trying to get away from Dylan Visagi, and Donnie on the outside there of Hannes Basson. So Donnie knows he's got pressure and is pushing as hard as he possibly can.
Making quite the gap though. I mean, not much, but there's quite a substantial gap now. And Donnie knows he can utilize the traffic to work for him, but traffic gets out of the way for Jeff, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, once Donnie gets in, they know their cars are coming, and it's a bit of a wake-up call, so they know I've got to back out. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes not. You see Dylan there on the inside of Liam trying to get into it.
Very sketchy, that.
Fantastic pass there by Dylan though. It was a bit sketchy, but he keeps his head clear and he gets through.
Yeah, you know, Dylan should have had a quite full of right of way down the straights, but yeah, he fortunately made the pass in that, losing a bit of time though.
Dylan always coming up with these weird liveries. I was just watching the other night when I did the Corolla of Taylor, where he had the Vaseline livery last year, and quite fun in the Corollas, good laugh, and now he's got the Cartoon Network. So when we asked him why you're running this livery, he said, well, that's all I've been watching for the last couple of months with the kids.
Yeah, unfortunately Cartoon Network no longer.
I heard that story. It's quite sad because that's the stuff he grew up on.
Yeah, no, for sure. There are a lot of memories there.
Another nice dice out here, Mike Ramsey. He's got a much quicker Melvin Ghost behind him, but Mike putting that Honda all over the track. And
yeah,
Melvin has got no answer to get past him.
For a couple of laps now already.
I think this has been going on for 3 or 4 laps, and Mike doing a superb job. As I said, Mike, one of the oldest members on SRA, found himself from real life racing into this now due to Lyle, and he's absolutely enjoying it. And he's just become quicker and quicker and quicker, and as I said, now fighting for 7th or 8th place, 7th and 8th place. Mike doing a superb job, and you can see the power of the Honda. It pulls away from the Subaru on the straight, so the Subaru has to work super hard through the corners. Mike locking up there, and you can see Melvin catching up, but not enough to make a pass anywhere.
No, Mike definitely making it very difficult for Melvin, and by the time Melvin gets there, Mike gets a straight and will not give up.
On the rear bumper there is Melvin going to make a pass on him. They go through the flat out, Mike using the curves and more.
Sketchy.
They're bumper to bumper. This is a super close dice at the moment. We're going to get back to the leaders in a bit, guys. We just want to see it, but Mike Ramsey doing a superb job. Absolutely nailing it. He's got this Honda dialed in, and we saw
Melvin getting it very wrong there.
Yeah, we know
lost a lot of ground.
A lot of ground there. And again, the Honda just pulls away on the straight. The car's super fast. In the background there, we can see a massive battle involving as well. But going to Margai all in his only 4th place. He's waiting for the front guys to make a mistake. Not making any mistakes himself and just getting through the field and doing a superb job.
Well, it's sometimes one of the greater things driving alone is you can actually focus on when you're driving and not be hassled with people in front or in change for position. So you can just focus on getting your head down and making good headway.
Well, going through the field here, not much happening. The guys pretty much spread out. We've got JP Brunt here trying to catch up to Amar Haidin. As we said earlier, Amar going off track, or as we saw earlier, Amar going off track with a massive shunt into the tyres, so that car is not going to be well. And you can see it here, JP Brunt catching up very, very quick, and in the background there, Taylor Randall trying to catch up to these guys. If they're going to start battling, Taylor is definitely going to catch up to them. Oh, and Amar again, he does not like this first corner.
No, it's very, very tricky, especially in the front wheel drive, not to have the rear step out. It is super, super tricky.
Sorry for that.
JP making absolute pleasure of utilising the slipstream.
JP using the curbs and Morgan, running a bit wide there. Very late on the brakes, trying to turn in, trying to get a bit better. It seems like Amar is struggling a bit with understeer. But look at the power of that Honda. He pulls away out of the corners immediately. Then the focus comes in. But now we do know the focus is quite quick on the straight. So will JP have any chance to catch up to him on the straight?
Well, if he can utilise the slipstream, then and JP makes a mistake and runs wide.
And all of this is allowing Taylor Ramsey to catch up. Look at this, Taylor coming in quick, and he's closely followed by that is Henkel Callaghan in another Honda Civic.
That's for sure. I mean, Henk also no slouch about, and also getting quicker and quicker with every single race attended.
And again, JP Brunt right on the rear bumper now of Amar Haidin. Amar quite new to SRA, and JP runs wide. That's going to cost him time. That's going to allow Taylor Randall to get right up to his rear bumper. So this is turning into a 3-way battle. And both cars running wide there.
That often happens. I mean, that corner is renowned for if you follow someone off, you're all off.
Well, Ryan, we know by now that this track does eat tyres big time, and well,
I think it's starting to show now.
It's starting to show a lot. So this is where it's going to come in. Who saves their tyres the best? Who did not look up that much? And this should be a very, very interesting up ahead. We see Mike Ramsey there. And Mike actually has gone off, so that has allowed Melvin to pass him. So unfortunately for Mike, a bit of mistake there, but they had a super close battle, and Mike just ran a bit wide and lost that position. Then we see Michael Russell, is that Peter Geldenhuis, also in quite a good battle.
Maybe Geldenhuis.
Yeah, Michael Russell in a different battle, so we've got Peter Geldenhuis here.
And we see then that
it
was
just missed that one, but we've got Peter Gelderman is now catching up to Ernest Heder. So actually 2 Corollas new. We forgot about Ernest. He's been running a quiet race, but not a bad race at all. And you can see Mike Ramsey just up ahead there. So nice battle evolving here as well.
Yeah, I think Ernest Heder also being caught out in opening laps incidents, and just finishing the race and making some ground and scoring points.
And Peter, you can see clearly the quicker driver at the moment. We know him as an endurance driver, and every time the guy starts complaining about tyres, he always tends to get the best out of them and working into his favour, and he's doing that again at this moment.
And but you can see his patience in that as well, waiting for the right time to make a move.
He's on the slip, very, very close there. He's going to go for a move. He moves to the inside of Ernest there. Ernest very, very late in the break. Peter backs out of it.
But too late.
Ernest running a bit wide there. So this is such a tricky track to get past. So
Peter read that nicely, because you could see Peter was a lot earlier on the brakes as well. So he didn't want to ruin the race and just get through the corner safely. Very
interesting. Look at this. Danny van Rooyen and Jeff Leroux, the top 3, now catching up to the dice we were just watching. Jeff going onto the grass there, and Danny van Rooyen in the lead. Jeff Leroux right up to his rear bumper, but they're catching up to the dice we were just watching. So they're coming to lap these guys, and they're on a move
as well. No, they're definitely not holding back, and Jeff, I think Donnie and Jeff have lost a bit of time, but Donnie, I think, has lost the most time, and Jeff has caught up.
Well, I think the guy who's lost the most is Dylan Visagi. Dylan trying to get through the traffic there. He's just past the stricken car of Michael Rust. He's up to Ismail Ali in the Winfield BMW. And so it seems like the BMW is working better on this track than we would have thought. We all thought the Subaru would be very good here with its superb braking and handling, but it's not working for here.
No, it's being very tricky now as well, and especially, when the guys do their practice, they tend to set out a couple of laps and get used to things, but not doing full race stunts and seeing what the tile off unveils.
Well, I can tell you guys, we've got an open server running, and between Jeff Leroux and Dani van Rooyen, they put in no less than 1,000 laps compared to the rest of the field who did not do near to that. So it shows that practice makes perfect. And Jeff passing Ernest Heather, lapping Ernest Heather there now. He's trying to maintain his pace and keep up with Dani, and Dani knows that, and Dani's going to give it. They're coming up to Mike Ramsey now, and Dani under pressure here. Jeff giving it his all. They're getting to the closing stages of the race actually. So this should be a good battle to watch. This is actually the battle for the lead. And the fast guys going through traffic now, and it should be a good one.
This is where experience is going to count. I mean, those lap times, as you mentioned, it doesn't go all wasted. This is where it matters.
Oh, and Mike moves to the outside, Jeff onto the grass on the inside. Oh, and there's contact. Dani, Jeff. Oh, and Dani's off. Mike is off. Jeff Leroux then taking the lead there. Not quite sure what happened there, but it seemed like Jeff put his wheels on the grass, and that caught out Dani. Now that's going to cost Dani. Oh, and Dani probably frustrated. I think it was Mike. That is going to have some effects on the aftermath. Ismail Ali getting taken out there. A lot of incidents happening. So that was quite a bad one. As we said earlier, we see Margai there trying to catch up into the pit. That is the end of the race actually. So that was the last lap incident, and a lot of chaos, a lot of havoc. I couldn't keep up there. Dani going off, getting caught out by Jeff, running into Mike and Dani both going off, Dani rejoining. A lot happening there, but guys, that's sim racing for you. It gets heated. The guys has a bit of an argument afterwards, and then they get back in the seat and they fight again.
No, that's perfectly well put. Yeah, very difficult, and we see more dust in the background there as more guys are challenging the last lap through.
Yeah, it's interesting enough. Well, Ryan, I'm going to load into race 2. This time round, a bit of a reverse grid. In actual fact, the full reverse grid. And should be very interesting to see how the guys come through the field. I'm going to leave you for about 2 minutes while we play the nice video Uncle Peter made for us. This whole stream, the whole series brought to you by Yannick Kutsia from Compass Namibia. And we're going to take this break. Once it's done, we'll head back, we'll load in, and we'll be back shortly.
We'll see you in race 2.
Ek gaan net vir P hoor. Okay, guys, and we are back loading in. Ryan, you can maybe give the guys a bit of input of what's happening at SRA at the moment and what's coming and not while I load in the second race.
Yeah, so currently, we first of all, we were a bit delayed on the stream for this evening, but this coming Sunday, we've got the V8 supercars from BCRC modding. Absolutely a fantastic car to drive, or cars to drive. Very challenging. But yes, we've got that coming up this Sunday, and then we will return back to the BTCC the following weekend. So, not many rounds left for both BTCC and the V8 supercars. So pretty soon we'll see 2 more leagues up and running, keeping it to shortish leagues, and it'll remain a surprise to see what we have for the next upcoming leagues.
Well, one thing I can tell you, Ryan, is for those who have driven these BRSC cars, the V8 supercars, fantastic cars to drive, and with them have been busy developing an RX8 Cup car, I think that is something that we might be looking into, and it should be a superb car to drive as well.
Yeah, definitely a change of pace as well, and complete change of physics, but that will be very, very interesting indeed.
Well, we're on track, we're on grid, we're going to go to the back of the pack where we're going to have Dani van Rooyen. We know he's always super quick off the start. He is going to be quite upset after he's off in race 1, and he's going to try and maximize him. Well, he's not at the far back, a couple of retirements there, Wayne Mitten, JP Hamilton, Mike Ramsey, and I'm not sure who the other car is, but 4 cars behind him. We see Dani van Rooyen pulling away there. He's behind you, and you can see a fantastic start there by Dani. Bit of impact there off the start. Dani going to the grass, trying to keep it intact, and super start there by Dani. So if they go into race 2, Dani making up a lot of positions. He's going to come from the back and try and make his way forward, and he is doing just that. We see one of the Subarus going off. I do believe that's the Subaru of Michael Russ. We see Renando Berger there rejoining, and no, that's Michael Russ going off there now. Leon Berger there into the tyre wall. A lot happening in this opening.
It's a lot. I'm speechless.
Yeah, it's guys, it's what you call touring cars.
Yeah, and, first lap, tiny circuits. It's busy. Let's put it that way.
It's super busy. We see Justin Vermeulen there spinning out all his own. Taylor Randall in the background there running off, and I'm out of breath here.
No, that's. Although that I can say, Dani making the best use out of that start, because he has made up a ton of ground.
I stuck to him, and he always sticks to his ground. And interesting enough, look at this, and not going slow at all. Ismail Ali in the Winfield BMW, currently in the lead. The car looking quite good. Melvin Gous there in second place. Third place is Ammar Ghaidin. And Yannick Coetzee now being caught by Dani van Rooyen. So we're going to look at this. Can Dani get past Yannick quite quick, or what's going to happen here?
Yannick also not the easiest person to get past. And it is still a fight for position, so anything can happen.
Dani has to work his way through. And as you said, Yannick not the easiest of customers. Actual rally driver, and he likes to put it on the grass, but he makes it quite easy for Dani. He moves out wide. On the inside, he had no answers there. Dani ready move. Just perfectly put his car in there, and Dani now on the rear bumper of Ammar Ghaidin. So Ammar getting under pressure now from Dani van Rooyen, and Dani is not going to hold back. He knows he has to make points to get back in the lead of the championship, and he's absolutely going to push this BMW to the limit.
No, that's for sure. And Dani making his intentions clear when he's going to make a move for the pass. He's going to do it. He doesn't hold back.
Oh, and Ammar Ghaidin again late on the brakes, taking out Melvin Gous. So Melvin Gous out of the lead, second place there, and Ammar
very dangerous spots on the circuit.
But we're going back to Michael Russ having to come back. He's dead last. Shame, the poor guy again. One of the leagues he wants to forget. He's currently in the top 3 in the V8 supercars, and in this league struggling a lot. But he hangs in there, he keeps on pushing, and yeah, you can see him just getting the lap in and trying to get some points. He never quits. He's always there. But back to the lead. We're going to go to, where is Mr. Ismail Ali? There we go. And now down is right up the rear bump of Ismail. So that should be very interesting.
And having a look at these two liveries here, two very iconic liveries for the BMWs. If you look back in the past for South African motor racing, Winfield, BMW, Speedy car sales, it just brings back a ton of memories.
A lot of memory. You can see there on the fender, Tony Viana, this car was actually, the liveries was actually based on two actual cars, as you said now, and it brings back a lot. It really does for us old people and motorsport. And look at this, Jeff Leroux in the roof at this BMW, pushing super hard. He's where the bloody hell is he? So Jeff behind Yanni could see it now. Now Yanni not making it easy at all.
No, as we've said before, Yanni is not an easy person to pass.
Jeff knows he's quicker. And look at Yanni blocking the line there. Yanni not
very
any
defensive.
Super great. Dani in the front there, going for the lead. He's on the inside of Ismail Ali, but going to stick with this one. Jeff currently in 4th place. He knows that he has to make up positions. Oh, and Dani very early on the brakes. Ismail shutting the door there up ahead. Oh, and contact there between Jeff and Yanni. And Yanni, old rally driver, hangs on to it. Does he? No, he hangs on to it, but he's losing a lot of the time. And unfortunately there, does Jeff hang back? Yanni is all over the place.
Yanni knows what he knows best.
Rallying. So yeah, you can't blame Jeff there for not giving back the position, because Yanni was undecided on where he wants to go. But this is actually allowing Melvin Ghost to come into play now. So Melvin, having gone off, coming back, and he's now up
Tyler Randall actually following
suit as well. So another close battle evolving here. A lot happening in this race. Very, very interesting there.
And speaking of Jeff's going to have some breathing room now, and Dani's going to have to start putting the hammer down.
Dani inside of Ismail not making any contact there. They bump side by side. Dani losing it ever so slightly. Oh, and Ismail pushes him. No. That is not going to be happy Van Rooyen in that seat. And Jeff just passes him. So Dani has got his work cut out. So what's going to happen? We're going to follow this one. Jeff then into 2nd place. Ismail Ali now in the lead. He's pulled a gap. But we know these two guys are super, super quick, and it's going to be very interesting. Unfortunately there for Dani. Wrong place, wrong time, and look at this. Melvin Ghost making a move on Yanni could see him. No, he doesn't. But look at Taylor Randall. Taylor Randall is catching these two guys, and he's putting pressure on them. In only his 2nd race with SRA, Taylor Randall doing a superb job.
Yeah, Taylor definitely making most use of traffic and catching up. You can see quite a stiff setup as well by wheels locking up on the inside and the braking.
Well, a lot of guys did not want to race this car. Taylor said, I love this car. He's got it dialed in, which shows you he can work a setup, and he is absolutely flying now. Love his livery. Love the Thrustmaster.
There's no doubt about it.
Love the Thrustmaster branding on the bonnet. That is just right for me. And there's 3 cars addressed. We've got a bread in the middle, which should actually be the patty, but it is a bread. And Yanni onto the curbs there. Taylor taking him to the grass.
Very wide.
And Melvin goes for the dive on the inside. Melvin goes for the dive on the inside. Oh, and Yanni to the grass. He touches Melvin. That is the end of the Subaru. Melvin going out, and Taylor Ramsey gains 2 positions in 1 corner, keeping his head. Fantastic job there by Taylor Randall. As I said earlier, this guy, new to SRA, doing a fantastic job, and it just showed.
No, that's for sure. Keeping your head clear is the best thing you can do.
Well, to the likes of Dani van Rooyen, watch. Well, that is JP Hamilton, if I do believe. JP Hamilton, JP Brown, JP Hamilton, that's 2 JPs. And Mr. Henkel Callaghan right behind him. And this is a massive battle again.
all front-wheel drives, and all three different cars, if I'm not quite, Fords and Honda.
Well, JP at the moment, it's two Namibians and a South African in the middle. Oh, JP, Henk using the track a bit more there. I don't know, I don't like the look of this Honda. It just looks ugly and heavy.
It's a unique one to get used to, let's put it that way.
And we see Melvin Close there returning to track and trying to catch up to these guys. And but the battle here, Henk is catching up. He is actually, it seems like he is quick at the moment. So it seems like the Honda's tires on the long run wears off better than that of the Focus, because you can see the guys in front starting to understeer big time now. And JP Hamilton absolutely giving it his all to try and keep JP Brunt behind him.
That's exactly as the two JPs there are hustling each other. They in hot battles that can also drop times and allow drivers behind you to actually catch up. And it just goes to show that there you see the likes of Melvin Close there actually also joining the pack. So now it's 4 in the fight for position.
Well, if you go into the car of Ingo Callaghan, you can clearly see what he's seeing at the moment. And he's just waiting it out. You can see no bravadas, no sliding. That car set up perfectly. Oh, and a bit of a wide run there by Jamie. He's going to cut in. He's going to go on the... And you can see Melvin Close right on the rear bumper in the mirrors there. So Henk is under pressure here, but he's maintaining his pace and making a great job of it.
That's for sure. And super hard braking zone right there. Does very well to keep it on the inside there. Sterling job. Melvin there climbing the curbs.
Yeah, the Subaru now starting to run out of tyres, I do believe. And but look at this, Henk right on the rear bumper of JP Brunt now. So JP having lost a bit of ground there as we're concentrating on the in-car view, and this is becoming a four-way battle now. We're going to go to the lead and see if Dani has actually managed to catch up to Jeff Leroux. Well,
not quite, but he's making ground. But I'm sure Dani really in it at 110%. He really is looking at the rear end of the roofer dish BMW and seeing, no, it's not going to work there.
Well, I can promise you Dani's seeing a lot of red at the moment.
Well, he's got a very wide red line in his windscreen, so I can believe that.
He's also got a lot of throttle control, and I think that is what makes Dani one of the strongest competitors in sim racing. He knows exactly where to put that throttle, and he makes good use of it.
No, that's for sure, and you can also see that particularly paying off very well in the V8 supercars. Very patient on the throttle and absolute master at his driving.
But back to this little dice. Look at JP. Oh, and Henk runs a bit wide. He's not going to make a pass on him. These four guys are bumper to bumper. They're actually catching up to Yannick Coetzee at the moment.
Definitely not holding back, and they're all in slipstream, so they are really, really motoring down that main straight.
You gain a lot of speed when you're a bunch of cars in attack on slipstream, and
but it always makes for an interesting turn one.
Well, JP Hamilton is either protecting his teammate or he wants to take him out. One of two things. We've heard them in chat. They're actually brothers-in-law, and they're cut funny, to be honest.
That's for sure. But yeah, racing is racing, and yeah, the teammates not quite, but yeah, you race for your points.
Very interesting here is if you look at and a bit of contact there. So JP and JP get together. And Henk Callaghan picks up 2 places, as does Melvin Ghost. So now Melvin has got his eyes set on Henk. And they're both catching up to Yannick Coetzee. But in the background there, we can see, if I just can see the car, we can go there. But another big dice at the moment. We're just going to hop through the cars.
Jamie Ray Nichols.
Interesting battle here. Jamie Ray Nichols on the rear bumper of Margai. So I'm not sure if Margai's cars are pretty much screwed up, or if Margai is just struggling there. And we can see Ernest Heather now with all this offs and stuff is catching up to these guys. So it's completely uncalled for at the moment.
Yeah, Jamie Ray Nichols, although still doing an absolutely amazing job.
So interesting enough. Donnie on the absolute limit, but it seems like Jeff is pulling away. This is the fight for first place, guys, and Jeff Ruru has got this one in the back if he doesn't make any mistakes. Donnie all over the place. I do believe his car might have picked up damage.
It could be, but also being so at the limit, pushing very hard, might be deceiving.
It should. Oh, and Donnie going off
the
there.
curb. I was just going to say that could not be.
That curb is not so. Donnie is not holding back. He's absolutely pushing the car. But that in the 3/4 marks of the race is going to be the end of it. If Jeff can keep his head clear, he's going to take the win there. And Donnie just has to bag the points now. He knows he's in the lead of the championship, and he's going to make the best of it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like you say, Donnie really pushing hard. And this exact corner here where Chantal is going through, it's a curb you do not want to touch with any car whatsoever. Those tyre barriers come very quickly.
And once again, JP Hamilton, JP Brand, the 2 JPs at it after they're off, not holding back. We're going to go through the field quick, and Peter Gelderhuis is there now. Now this is the 2 Autoppies. This is going to be interesting. Peter Gelderhuis and Mike Ramsey in a battle for position. Front-wheel drive versus rear-wheel drive. Honda versus Subaru. And Autoppie versus Autoppie. We're going to stick with this one.
Like with race 1, Honda and Subaru, it's all too familiar, and we know Mike is proving to be a difficult customer to pass.
But Peter Gelderhuis is an old hand at this, and he's going to read this one super fun, I can promise you that. You can already see him wide entry, getting the power on. He wants to get onto the power. He knows the Honda is quick. He's going to make best use of his knowledge. Try and outwit Mr. Mike, and Mr. Mike is not going to be outwitted that quick.
No, that for sure, and especially with Justin Vermeulen ahead, it's not going to be easy to pass at all.
And look at this, both putting the lights on, and the Subaru actually staying up there. So,
there wasn't the slipstream
drive out of that car, so.
But he gets a little bit squirmy on the corner there.
Ooh, and Mike running a bit wide there. So I think this is more down to, how do you call it, fitness?
Well, it could be as well. But tyre wear may be a factor. We know Peter Gelderhuis can look after his tyres very well.
That's why I'm saying it might be body wear.
We'll soon see.
I mean, Ryan, these cars, you drive them, you're in this league, and they do, I mean, on a cold night, you sit afterwards sweating. They do work you.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a handful. I mean, especially with the likes of the rear-wheel drive, counter steering for oversteer and understeer, oversteer, where the front-wheel drive cars also the same, but more under brakes. You know, it is such a, through the whole lot, it is very challenging. The cars are so on the limit, it's insane.
The thing is, with real life racing, you've got it in your butt, you feel it in your body, you've got G-forces. With this, you've got one thing, you've got your wheel. And these guys set up their wheels so fine, no matter the strength. You feel everything in your hands. So
And that's what you rely on.
you're concentrating so much. Your brain uses a lot more power to concentrate in your hands that you actually start sweating. It's unreal.
No, that's for sure. And the thing is, like with sim racing, especially, you don't get the feel of how fast the car is going. You don't have the feel of how fast you're approaching a corner. Missing a braking marker is so easy on a sim.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of concentration to lap by lap concentrate that corner, that braking marker, have that entry, have that exit.
But again,
All
look
while
at these.
just feeling the wheel.
Look at these two Autopies. They're catching up to the youngsters, and they are moving.
They must be having the time of their life with it as well. I mean, it is always great to have a dice with someone where
Oh,
it makes you
and
so
Mike
interesting.
using grass. He's got a Honda, so he's allowed to. But I've never heard of a Subaru lawnmower.
Well, at how low that car is, it's gonna take the swale out.
And look at
The
this,
Honda is just trimming it.
Michael Russ now coming into play. So he's catching up to the Autopies, and
Mike
he's
goes wide and closes little.
oh, and Peter now getting agitated. He wants to get past. He sees Michael Russ coming in. And that's all three Autopies of the group now. Oh, and Peter Gelder is no on Peter.
That is a very odd wheel.
That was a very big shunt there. Unfortunately, losing it there. That was all his own. But he doesn't give up. That is the Autopie side of SRA.
That was unfortunate, and that was such a spectacular dice.
It was so nice to watch. And with Michael Russ coming into play, now we're going to go to Michael and see what happens there. So Michael now taking another Autopie. Michael well into his 50s. A well-known name in Namibia. And look at that. Nope.
He makes his intentions clear, and then we've got Jeff LaRue behind as well.
So I'm not sure. Jeff coming up to lap these guys. So what they going to do?
It's going to be interesting because Mike not proving easy to pass. Michael is not an easy person to pass.
He is a super fun driver to
And
drive with. But when it comes to aggressiveness, he knows where to put the car.
I think Jeff is going to start feeling frustrated because he knows Donnie's behind him, and he's got two very difficult drivers to pass now at the moment.
Well, Michael moves out of the way. He brakes immediately. Fantastic sportsmanship there by Michael. He moves out of the way. Falls back on his own dice. Now we're going to have to see what Mike Ramsey does here. Mike knows he's got a gap now. He also,
I'm sure Jeff's going to have
a bit of contact there. And again,
then
that
Michael
nice-
Rust is the
Michael
back of his
Rust is
tires.
right in the back tire. That's what I say, the wise old head of Michael Rust. Superb driver. But now we've got Donnie van Rooyen here. Donnie, I don't know if he's
bit
got...
of a tap there.
I'm not sure if Donnie's got handling issues, but he's falling way back now from Jeff.
Well, he did lose it for a bit, so I think he's still making some ground.
Oh, and Michael there onto the grass, jumping. Well, he's an old rally driver. He's going to keep on. He's going to hang on. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think he saw Donnie in the rearview mirrors and scheming. This is very quick. I better move.
So Donnie going for the pass there in the slip. This should be very interesting because Jeff now catching up to about 3 cars ahead of him.
Oh, my drops
So
it.
something happened there, and that was the end of the race, I do believe. Was
I
it?
believe so.
Yeah, that was the end of the race. So Jeff LaRue making it 2 out of 2. Race 1 under a bit of scrutiny, but I think this was probably the hardest track that we've done in the series, and in the driver's brief the guys were told keep it calm, keep it cool, and they tried their best. Let's
It's
put
a
it
very
right
tricky one, you know.
As we said earlier now, Ryan, in sim racing, it's easy if you fuel your car and you pay the damages. In sim racing, it's a whole different mindset. And you've got to rely on what you've got.
Oh, that's for sure. And I mean, you know, there's like we cater pretty much for all levels of experience, and what's where there's different levels of experience, there's different levels of equipment in the driver's hands, and that all adds to the benefits of how much you feel and how quick you can be.
Yeah, we did the UK race, which what was interesting last night, where you told me, 11 o'clock in the evening, come join us. And guys, I can tell you, yes, I had a messy throttle, but probably one of the quicker drivers. He's a German or a UK lad
Belgium,
driving in
yeah.
Germany. It's Europe. He's a European. And we ended up in the top 3. Which
No, exactly.
tells you how quick the South African guys and Namibian drivers is in sim racing. Hats off to them. With, I can tell you now, Ryan, far less, how can I put it, inferior equipment to what the counterparts we race with.
Oh yeah, indeed. I mean,
if you see their stuff, it's crazy, and we get up there, we haunt them. So guys, if you're into sim racing, if you want to watch it, if you want to do it, if you want to get involved, text me or Ryan. We're on Facebook, we're on Discord. SRA at the moment is invite only, so you come in, we test you. If you found fit, you stay. If not, unfortunately, it's bye-bye. It's more of a friendship group than a racing group at the moment. But we do race super hard, though we do keep it clean. And
the aim is to have fun.
Yeah.
The biggest
biggest
aim
thing
is to have fun. And we all do it for the love of the sport. And we've if I could just put it, we've been blessed ever since COVID that this has been quite a it has only got better and better, and that's what we try to keep it to, is just have fun, and you can just enjoy it thereafter. Switch off the PC, switch off console, and go to bed.
No, that's another thing. A reset button. And as I said, Ryan, the guys mustn't feel unwanted when they come and they meet the aliens on SRA, because we do have a couple of them. As I said, you and me, not the fastest drivers out there, but we raced with the UK guys, and we were top 3. I'm pretty chuffed with that. And the winner was actually one of the quickest drivers in the UK, I do believe. He is super fast. But anyways, guys, that's it for those in chat watching the video, and we are going to have a hell of a battle now on what we call blobbies.
Thanks for watching, guys. That was absolutely spectacular. Lots of action. Look forward to seeing you at the next one.
Ryan, I know you've got to work. I'm going to log off. Get me, as you say, blobbies for us in Namibia, and South Africa is called beer lobbies. So I'm going to get me a dop. I'm not going to race tonight. I will be playing illegitimate music while streaming live for the likes of Jakovisu, who broke his ankle, all 3 pipes off. He's lying in bed. He can't race for 9 months. Well, he said he can't, but we've sent him a hand throttle. We're going to see how that turns out.
Oh, that's for sure.
Anyways, guys,
to that.
For those who want to talk cuck, we're going to go into SRA chat on Discord. And if you guys wanting to join, drop me a message. The link is on the chat. And we will send you an invite. We will evaluate you. And you do want to be part of this. Cheers, guys. Enjoy it. And thanks for joining.
Have a great weekend.
And more. Video still. Adrian.